Now let's take a look at the approach for standard deviation. We'll take an example next to understand all these 5 steps. So basically, as you see, there are only 5 steps to find the standard deviation. Just 5 steps may sound a little bit higher number for some students, but yes, these are the 5 steps you have to do to find the standard deviation. But are we going to do these 5 steps to find the standard deviation, the question asked in these exams? No, definitely not. So let's try to look at it. Step 1, average. Finding the average of the given list is very, very important, because finding the average, because standard deviation is basically how the elements are spread away from the mean. So finding the mean is one of the basic steps. The second step, you find the difference between each and every element with the average, right, with your mean. Subtract the mean with each of the n numbers. Okay. Next, square each of the differences. You know that variance is nothing but the average of the squared deviations, right? So first you square each of the differences, then you find the average of the squared differences. This step will give you the variance of the given list. Now taking the square root on the variance will give you the standard deviation. Okay. Now let's try to take an example and understand all these 5 steps. Okay. So now you see an example here. Find the standard deviation of 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Right. So step 1 is finding the average of this. I have taken a list which is convenient for us to find the average. That is, I have taken a list which is an evenly spaced list. But whatever it is, whether it is an evenly spaced list or equally spaced list or not, right, the steps are same, steps will not change, the same 5 steps to calculate standard deviation for any given list or a series. Now in this case here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, we know if it is an equally spaced list, mean will be equivalent to the median, and in fact average of the first and the last element, a plus l by 2, right. So here in this case the median is 6, so average is also 6, so that's done. Second step, difference, finding the difference. Subtract the mean with each of the n numbers. So let's subtract with 2 and 2 with 6, 4 with 6, like that. So 2 minus 6, 4 minus 6, 6 minus 6, 6 is also one of the element. So 8 minus 6, 10 minus 6. So basically this gives you minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2 and 4. Next step, square each of the differences. So minus 4 when you are squaring, minus will go off, 4 square is 16. Likewise minus 2 when you are squaring, minus goes off, right. 2 square is 4, 0 square is anyways 0, 2 square is 4 again, 4 square is 16. Now the next step is what a lot of students again do a mistake. They take the average to be 0, which is obviously a wrong thing, because it is not an evenly spaced list. Only in an evenly spaced list, average will be equivalent to the median. Here you see, the common difference here is not same, 12, 4, 4, 12, not like that, right. So definitely it is not average is equal to the median. Okay. In fact, median has to be first arranged from least to greatest. That will also first thing you have to do when you are doing the median. So find the average of the squared differences, right. So we take the average of it, that is sum of all the elements, 16 plus 4 plus 16 plus 4, 16 plus 4 is 20, 20 plus 20 is 40, 40 divided by the number of elements, which is 5. So which is in this case 40 by 5, which is nothing but here 8. So now square root on this variance is called as the variance of the given list of 5 numbers, this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now taking the square root on the variance, square root of 8 will give you the standard deviation. Generally standard deviation is represented by symbol sigma, but in your exams you could expect any symbol being used to represent the standard deviation, not necessarily a symbol or maybe a variable also used to represent the standard deviation. So here standard deviation is root 8, okay, which you can say as 2 root 2, okay. So 4 2s are 8, so taking square root on 4, which gives you 2, so 2 root 2. So standard deviation, these are all the 5 steps, and we will see the properties of standard deviation next. And when you are learning the properties of standard deviation, you will know that it's not necessary to do all these 5 steps when it comes to the questions asked in these exams. This is just for your clear understanding of what is the formula for standard deviation. As you see, the formula for standard deviation is, first you find the difference between each and every element with the mean. Here x bar means mean here. Find the mean and find the difference between each and every element with the mean. And after you do so, square each and every differences. Then find the average of the differences, that is sum of all the differences divided by the number of elements, average of the differences, and this will give you the variance, and square root of the variance will give you the standard deviation.